So this movie had some genuinely fun moments, but it also was kind of boring because I it took me 3 times to watch this. I didn't fall asleep on it or anything. I just stopped it and then ended up resuming it the next day. So it took me 3 times to watch this movie. But it wasn't boring like The Birds. I watched it the same day. It was just like an hour of nothing. This movie, it's still enjoyable. Just not enough to watch it in one sitting. Your first time, I guarantee I could watch it in one sitting now. It's still a pretty fun movie. I like the acting. The scene where he's humming to himself the Santa song was pretty creepy. How deranged the humming gets the longer he does it. Just really fun movie. People are dicks to him because he actually likes his job, which is just sad. Like, oh, hey, we hate our job, so we gotta make fun of you because you like your job. Very weird, but I could definitely see people doing that. Eventually, it comes to a breaking point. Steals a bunch of Christmas presents from people he deems naughty and then donates them to needy kids. Um, he only kills like 4 people in this movie, and the movie's almost over by the time he finally kills someone. But I could care less because it's still a pretty fun movie. And he actually kills 3 of them out in the open, which is pretty cool. I also like the fact that he didn't want to kill the mom. He had problems with this one guy who had screwed him over and tricked him into doing something for him. And later he overheard him saying that, oh yeah, he's a sucker for doing that. So he goes and kills him later. Um, but he doesn't want to kill the wife. He's trying to suffocate him. He's panicking that he's not dying fast enough, and he keeps glancing over at the wife like, don't wake up, don't wake up, don't wake up. Just no acting. Like, no voice acting anyway, but the acting in his face, you can tell that this man just wants to kill this fucker that did him wrong, but not the wife. Eventually, it doesn't work, though. I thought this was a little obvious that this was going to happen because they kind of pan on it like once, and he ends up grabbing the star from a Christmas tree to kill him, which obviously ends up waking up the wife because her husband lands on her. I also like the gag that it was a little bit long, but it was still worth it, where he can't fit down the chimney. He wanted to be an accurate Santa Claus, but that did not work. Um, and in the movie, people start to realize it's him. They try and fight him. He gets away, and they start chasing him with torches. I thought this was silly. Yeah, it happens with Frankenstein, but I'm pretty sure they planned it for a while, and then they end up doing it. And maybe the wife or someone stayed home with their kids. In this movie, they just do it straight ahead. So where the hell are their kids? Did they just leave their kids in the street? Because they immediately do it. They're like, we can't let them get out of this town. So they just left their kids in the middle of nowhere, I guess. He goes to his brothers, and his brother seems to strangle him to death, but he was actually alive. And he punches his brother in the face and takes off and goes to the moon, apparently. I think it was just that he was so delusional that that's what he thought was happening. I think he probably fell in the river and died or something. I think he died in that crash. I don't think he went to the moon, but maybe he did, because it is a bit of a sillier movie.